morning. Miss Erin again, back with the Do Good movement. Today we're doing a really gentle restorative yoga practice that can be for anybody of all ages. We're going to be sticking down to the ground and we'll be utilizing some at-home props. If you don't have some of these yoga props at home to help support our bodies as we move through this very gentle, very restorative yoga class. So for today, if you have a yoga bolster, we're gonna grab that. So I'll show you what a yoga bolster looks like. It does not have to be this color, but it's mainly just a giant pillow to help support your body as we lay in different positions or lift up the body to help release it into the different variations of postures. So if you don't have a yoga bolster, you are going to grab a pillow or maybe two pillows. So actually, I would suggest grabbing two pillows regardless, because you might utilize these in different variations of our postures that we'll be going through today. All right, so we'll start our practice seated this evening. So if you don't have a bolster, go ahead and take a seat on your pillow, and we'll take a nice comfortable crisscross leg. Now, if sitting crisscross hurts your body, you're always welcome to sit a different way. That works for you. But otherwise, sitting on the bolster. So, and sit bones are connected. You can take crisscross legs, Sukhasana, an easy seat, or we'll take half lotus where you bring one foot up to rest on top of the other. Now, as you sit higher up, what this allows your hips to do is to release a little bit more if you have super tight hips. So if you notice when you sit cross-legged, if your knees are higher up in the sky, that's your body showing you that you're a little tight in those hips. So again, we're gonna start in a comfortable seated position. We're gonna take a moment to really focus on that posture. Going through some new yoga trainings for myself during this moment of time where I have a little bit of downtime, reminding myself on all these key parts that we want to make sure that we focus on in our different postures. So my current yoga teacher is always reminding us that we want to root down to rise up. So right now we're rooted in our sit bones. We're lifting up through the crown of the head. So you want to feel that energy come from the base of our body all the way up. And then letting those shoulders rest down. Let's go ahead and use our breath here to release some of that tension in our shoulders. So allowing your hands to rest here on your legs. Let's take a breath and bring those shoulders up to your ears. And then take an exhale, bring them back and drop them down. We'll do that 2 more times. Breath in, shoulders up. Breathe out, release them back. We'll do that 1 more time. Breathe in, shoulders up to those ears. And breathe out, shoulders back and down. Now rest here, eyes closed. And take a moment to check in. Checking in to see how you're feeling today, emotionally, maybe physically. Do you feel disconnected, maybe from yourself, from others, from the world? Or do you feel like you're rooted? You feel solid here. You feel connected. Are there thoughts that are already popping into the mind? Maybe you're going through the to-do list, the end of the day, the beginning of the day, the week. Can you allow yourself to just be? Be here on your mat, in the space, with yourself. This week's mantra, I've been focusing on happiness. To allow myself happiness in this moment. To allow moments to be what they are instead of what I think they should be. Allow happiness. Even during a moment of time that is uncertain for everyone, there can still be happiness. Even in moment of change, there can still be happiness. Even in moments of loss, there still can be happiness. So with that, let's start our practice with a deep, mindful breath, focusing on filling our minds, our hearts, our souls with that opportunity to find happiness in this moment. We'll begin with an exhale, empty your lungs. Take that deep inhale through your nose. Fill the lungs to the top. Gentle sigh out the mouth. Release and let it go. Stay for one more moment. And then slowly begin to open your eyes. Wherever you are, whether you're in half lotus or you're in that easy seat, let's switch out whatever foot is in front. So if you're in easy seat, you're gonna switch out that other foot to come in front of the other. If you're in half lotus, you're gonna bring that other foot up and on top, just to make sure we hit both sides of the body evenly. Now from here, let's stretch out our necks to start us out. So I want you to take a breath in, and on your next exhale, bring your chin to touch your chest. Breathe in, gaze forward. I'll do that again. Breathe out, chin to chest. Again, breathe in, gaze forward. Breathe out, chin to chest. And we'll go one more time, just like that. Breathe in, gaze forward, and breathe out, chin to chest. Take another breath in, gazing up. Releasing some more of that tension in your neck. With your next exhale, let's bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. We have a little bit of a special guest. Bella's joined us. And we'll bring that right hand to the outside of the left side of your head. We're just gonna press gently. Some of these might be looking familiar, some of these postures. Bella's trying to get up on the pillow. Are you there? And then maybe utilize that left arm as a lever to find that sweet spot. We're gonna stay for another moment. And then slowly release that left arm down. We'll bring that head back to center, reconnect. Right hand comes down. We're gonna drop that left to your left shoulder. That left hand comes to the outside of our head, and we're pressing it just gently, releasing some of that tension. That right arm, you can utilize it to find that sweet spot, perhaps where we start to feel that stretch, that lengthening go into your shoulder. We'll stay for another breath. And then on your next exhale, release that right hand down. Bring the head back to center, reconnect. If it feels good to you, allow your head to take some gentle circle rolls clockwise and counterclockwise, releasing any remaining tension, bringing your head back to center. Let's get into our upper back here for a moment, taking eagle arms. So bringing those arms shoulder height. We'll bring the right arm in front, cross the left arm over top. Start to point your fingers to the sky. As you're here, the back side of the hands may touch, or can you get your palms to touch? Bring your elbows up in line with your shoulders. Press your forearms forward. Let's stay for a breath. Lift up through the crown of the head. And then on your next exhale, begin to release. Arms come back, shoulder height. We switch. Left arm forward. Right arm crosses on top. We start to point those fingers up to the sky. Back of the hands may touch, or can you get your palms to touch? Elbows up, forearms forward. We stay here. Keep that length in the spine. Final breath. And then exhale, release. Arms come back, shoulder height. And then go ahead and release them down. We'll take a gentle twist here. With your next breath, let's reach those arms up to the sky. On your exhale, begin to twist to your right hand side. Allow that left hand to grab the outside of your right knee. And then let the right hand drop behind you. Maybe it rests on the bolster or pillow, or can it reach the floor? Now keep the length in the spine. Keep reaching through the crown of the head. On your next exhale, if it feels okay to you, gaze over your left shoulder. We'll stay here, another breath. On your next inhale, let's come back to center, both hands to the sky. And then exhale, we twist the opposite way over to your left. That right hand grabs the outside of your left knee. Left hand rests behind you. If it feels okay to you, gaze over your right shoulder, take an inhale. Use your exhale key, deepen into the twist, keep lengthening the spine. And again, with your breath, inhale, hands to the sky. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, gentle twist. Left hand rests onto your right knee. We gaze over that left shoulder. Stay for another breath. Keep that length in the spine. Inhale, back to center, both arms tall. And again, exhale, take that twist. On your next inhale, come back to center, hands to the sky. Let's create cactus arms. Elbows down in line with your shoulders. Gaze up if that feels good to you. Open your heart. Maybe those elbows come closer together behind you. We'll stay for one more breath. On your next inhale, hands to the sky. And exhale, release those hands down. We're slowly and gently going to come up to our hands and knees. So if you're on that block, that bolster, that pillow, we're gonna place it off to the side here for a moment. Coming to hands and knees, let's go into cat-cow. Tops of the feet are flat. With your next inhale, start to gaze up. Lift your sit bones, open your heart. On your next exhale, around the spine, press the palms to the mat and gazing at that belly or navel. Again, inhale, come back through. Cow pose, gaze up, lift the sit bones. And exhale, around the spine to cat. One more time, inhale, gaze up. And on that exhale, around the spine, palms to the mat. Slowly come back to center. We're gonna grab for our bolster, or perhaps your pillow again. And we're going to hug our bolster as we come into child's pose. So child's pose, your knees are wide, your big toes touch behind you. We're sinking our hips back towards our heels. We're going to scooch that bolster or pillow in between the legs and allow yourself to rest down onto it. So even here, if you have a bolster, maybe you like to place another pillow on top, you're welcome to. If you have a blanket, you can place a blanket on top of your bolster and allow your right cheek to rest here onto the bolster. So a very gentle variation of our child's pose. Forearms resting either side of the bolster here. Our sit bones are still working back towards the heels. Gentle release of the hips and low back. If you'd like a deeper release into the upper back, allow your palms to rest on top of one another. Hips sinking back. Let's stay for another breath. Making sure we take, again, awareness on evening the body out. Slowly lift your head up and we're gonna place our left cheek onto the bolster or pillow and rest. Still working those sit bones back towards the heels. Maybe again, if you'd like those forearms or arms behind you, allow the palms to stack on your low back. We stay for another breath. And on your next exhale, go ahead, release those forearms down. Slowly come back up. We'll come into another variation of a gentle twist. So placing the bolster or pillows on the outside of the right side of your body or right hip. So as you can see, your knees are a little bit staggered, your feet are staggered. You have your left foot in front of your right. Again, the bolster or pillows are at the outside of your right hip. We're gonna turn our chest here. And then on your exhale, start to walk your hands down and allow your body to rest down onto the bolster or pillow. So a gentle twist, forearms can rest here. Now, depending on how this feels to your body, your neck, you can have more support. Another blanket or pillow. Variations up to you. A gentle twist in your neck, and it can feel a little bit deeper depending on the body. If you like to lift the head and allow your left cheek to rest here. So you're twisting the body deeper this way. Allow yourself to sink into the bolster, the pillows. Allow your body to rest. You stay for another breath. And on your next inhale, slowly come up. Walk the hands back, and then we'll switch sides. So coming on to your left hip. And again, you can stay in this variation for longer. Bringing that bolster or pillows close to the body. Feet are staggered, knees are staggered. We're going to slowly walk those hands down. We start to drop our chest onto the block, the bolster, and then we allow the right cheek, if it feels okay, to rest onto the bolster or pillow. If that's too much for the body, allow your left cheek to rest. But again, you have to listen to you. Maybe one side feels a little bit different than the other. A gentle, very restorative twist. Now notice the tension here. Are you holding your body? Your shoulders, can you let them drop down a little bit more? Use your exhale to feel your body sink into the bolster or pillows. You can close the eyes here if that feels good to you. We'll stay for a few more rounds of breath. And on your next inhale, let's bring those palms onto the mat. Slowly start to lift your chest and you come back. Now coming into a wide-legged seat. Again, pillow or bolster is going to come in between the legs here as we fold. So depending on your body, this is where the bolster or pillows might come into different variations. So option one is to have the bolster or pillows kind of stacked in front of you as I'm showing here. Option two is to sit onto the bolster or the pillow to provide height for your hips as we fold forward here. So this is going to allow those of us, mainly myself, that are super tight in your hips to come into that sensation or come more and deeper into this forward fold. So option is yours. I'm going to show both variations. So if you want to start seated onto your bolster, a block, or pillows, we're going to take an inhale. We lift up, nice long spine. And then on your exhale, start to walk your hands forward. Flex your feet, toes to the sky. Allow your spine to round once you pull forward gently with your heart. So your heart's guiding you like it's connected to a string forward, and then we start to round. So you're feeling this on the inner thigh, feeling it on the back side of the legs. Again, this is a gentle release. This is helping those of us with those tight hips come into this fold. Maybe you can grab for the big toes here. Maybe you have a strap and you can grab for the strap if you wrap it around the feet. But again, there's no need for any of the extra fanciness. Just go simply. Maybe you're all the way down to the ground, your forehead's connected. You're feeling this in your low back. Use that exhale. Allow yourself to go deeper. We'll stay for another breath. And then on your next inhale, let's slowly start to come back up. Coming off of the seat with the bolster or pillows, we're going to place it in front of us. And again, I'm super duper tight in my hips because of all the different variations of fitness that I'm involved in. Then I'm gonna have my little Shih Tzu come off of the pillow maybe. Come here, Belle. Sorry, sweetie. And I'm gonna stack an extra pillow on here for me. Bella's stacking the pillow. Hold on, buddy. Here. Go ahead. So utilizing this extra stacking is gonna help me rest into this wide-legged forward fold. So same thing, I'm gonna find length, I'm gonna lift up, guiding with my heart, pulling me forward. I'm gonna hug the bolster and the pillow, allowing myself to round. Now here we want a forehead connection. So other variations when you're at a yoga studio, sometimes you can use a bolster, or if you don't have bolsters, you can stack blocks. And the focus here is a forehead connection. So here, a little bit gentler, you have that comfort of the pillows and the bolster. You can come to rest your forehead. Perhaps that feels a little suffocating to you. You can allow one cheek to rest. And then just make sure you switch out each side. But wherever you are, find your breath. Use that exhale. Allow yourself to deepen. Forehead to the bolster or pillow. Again, if that's too much, suffocating sensation, put either the right or left cheek to start. Stay for a few rounds of breath, and then just make sure you switch it out. We're gonna stay here for another moment. Again, second variation of this wide-legged seated forward fold. Another breath. On your next inhale, let's slowly start to come up. Placing your pillows or bolster or both off to the side. We're gonna make our way onto our backs. Poor Bella, I have to shuffle her around tonight. All right, So go ahead, legs nice and long out in front of you. Utilizing a little bit of that core strength, arms extend. Again, core is engaged. If you need support to help you get down, bend your knees and guide yourself with the backside of the legs. But otherwise, take a breath in, lengthen. And on your next exhale, let's slowly come down vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way on to your mat. Arms next to the body. Stay here. With your next breath, let's slowly hug the right knee in towards your chest. Flex the feet. Getting into those hips. We'll stay for another breath. And then slowly reach that right foot to the sky. If you have a yoga strap or a towel, you can utilize it here. Place it onto the ball bone of your foot. Otherwise, you can interlace your fingers behind the thigh or onto the calf. Just avoid that knee joint. We'll stay for a breath. On your next exhale, let's hug that right knee back into the chest. And then we're going to open up our hips. I want you to bring that right knee to the outside of your body. Draw that right knee up towards that right shoulder. Make sure that left hip is staying down. We'll stay for a breath. And so let's bring that right knee in. And then release that right leg. We'll bring our left knee in towards your chest. Stay here for a moment. Right leg is long and both feet are flexed. And then slowly reach that left leg to the sky. Interlace your fingers behind that left thigh or calf. Avoid that knee joint. Flex the feet, active legs, upper back connected onto the mat. We're here for another breath. On your next exhale, let's hug that left knee into your chest. We're going to bring our left knee towards our left shoulder. Open your hip. Your right hand go onto your right hip for mindfulness. But again, we're opening up those hips. So that left knee goes wide, but then it goes up towards that left shoulder here. Stay for another moment. On your next inhale, let's hug that left knee back into your chest. Give it a squeeze. And then go ahead, release that left leg down, bending your knees. We're going to flow through a few rounds of bridge pose. So with this, heels in close towards your glutes. You can brush your fingertips to the backside of your heels. We're going to use our breath and our arms here to help guide us through flowing. So with your next inhale, lift your hips to the sky and then bring your arms up and overhead. Backside of the hands touch the floor behind you. On your next exhale, lower your hips. Lower your palms to meet. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, hips high to the sky, arms up and overhead. And then exhale, bring it back down. 2 more. Inhale, hips high, arms up and overhead. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale, we lift. And on that exhale, we slowly bring it back down. Take that gentle sway of your legs right to left side. Windshield wiping your legs here, and then bring your knees back to center. Grabbing for your pillow or bolster, we're going to utilize it to provide support into a supported bridge pose. So when you're ready, we'll lift our hips again, but we're going to slide our bolster or our block underneath our low back. Now as you're here, your options are to stay. You can rest your hands on your belly. Maybe 1 hand on your belly, 1 hand on your heart. If you like a fuller body stretch and getting into your hip flexors a bit, you can straighten your legs out. It's going to increase this back bend. Allow your legs nice and long. If you like to get to your upper back, arms overhead. Maybe you grab for opposite elbows like you would do in ragdoll. So open up the chest and the shoulders. And you can close your eyes here. So you should feel this lengthening in the low back. We're stretching out a bit of that front side of the body here. Nice, gentle release. If you have blocks at home and you want kind of a deeper release, you can utilize blocks to prop up. And again, if you're using blocks, you want to make sure that your hips are resting, that belt line of your low back is resting onto the blocks. Again, with pillows, you can increase the height of this with more pillows. But again, just allow your body to drape over these props. Stay here. Deep inhale. Long exhale. more rounds of breath. Inhale. And exhale. And last breath here. Again, you're always welcome to stay in these postures for longer. Maybe you find a posture that just feels so good to you to stay there all night. This is that posture for me. But I have so much more I'd like to share with you that will move forward. So when you're ready, those arms overhead, let's slowly bring those hands back down. If your legs are straight, bend your knees, soles of the feet back onto the mat. On your inhale, lift your hips, slide that bolster or pillows out from underneath you. Lower your hips back to the mat and gently take that sway of your knees right to left side. Release the tension. You slowly bring your knees back to center. Coming into excuse me. All right, so we're going to use 2 pillows here. So that's why I suggested grabbing 2. Again, poor Bella. He's my sidekick tonight. I had to keep kicking her off these pillows. Sorry, Belly. Maybe this one. All right, so we're gonna come into Supta Baddha Konasana or Reclined Cobblers pose. So to do this, the soles of the feet come together and your knees drop off to the sides. You're laying back when we do this. So coming flat onto your back here. Now, if you do have a bolster and pillows, another variation you can do is utilizing the bolster to prop up the upper part of the body. So you're allowing that upper body to be lifted as those knees come off to the side, soles of the feet touching. Now, this is a lot. This is releasing our psoas muscle that connects our low back to the inner thigh. So to help support our body here, and you can use more than 2 pillows, we're gonna place 1 pillow on the outside of each leg. We're really lifting up and providing comfort for those knees to rest and meeting your body where it is to start. Now this posture, I always share in my yoga classes, is great to do. And the goal here is to be in this posture for up to 15 minutes a day. Can you imagine? 15 minutes of laying like this? I mean, I could right now. But wherever you are, again, you don't have to have this bolster underneath. You can be flat on your back, onto the mat or on the floor, but utilize some support here for the knees to start. We're gonna stay here for a few moments tonight, or today, depending on when you're watching this. Again, arms, hands can be on the belly, bring that breath awareness. Maybe 1 hand on your belly, 1 hand on your heart. If you like that upper back release, your arms can be up and overhead, opening up the shoulders, opening up the chest. You do what feels good to you here. Wherever you are, allow your eyes to close. Allow your body to release. Find that breath connection. Use each exhale to feel your body just sink onto the mat, sink onto the bolster, those knees sinking into the pillows, finding that release. Now, as always, options to stay where you are. And maybe you want to stay here for a little bit longer. Otherwise, if you feel like you have space, you can go deeper. You're not quite feeling this release. Then slide the pillows out from the sides and let those knees fall down. Again, this might become a lot. And it might not even have to be the pillows coming out from underneath your legs to find that sensation of it becoming a lot. And if it does, again, your low back starts to talk to you, your hips start to talk to you. You're gonna reverse this by bringing your knees together and your feet as wide as the mat. So creating a teepee-like positioning. So this is the reverse. Knees together to rest, feet outside the mat. If you're still staying here, feet together, knees outside the mat. And allow yourself to just go a little bit deeper. Use the breath. Sink the body. Release the noise of the mind. Allow yourself to be. Come back to your intention for your practice, for the day, for the week. Maybe it's the one that I have shared for my week, is allowing happiness. Use each exhale to release those things, those moments that aren't serving us, that feel heavy on our hearts, on our minds. And use that inhale to fill that space that you've released with the moments, the memories, the thoughts that do create happiness, that bring joy to our day, to our lives, that when you think of, bring an immediate smile to your face or warm your heart. Allow happiness. Stay here for another moment. And then when we're ready to come out of this, your arms are overhead. Let's bring those arms back up. We're slowly going to guide those knees together to meet. You can take a gentle sway of those knees right to left side, that gentle rock. When you're ready to come off of a bolster or pillow, if you're laying on it, make your way to one side. We're gonna remove that bolster or pillow off to the side, and then we'll all come back onto our back. Give yourself one more squeeze, one more rock, one more roll. Maybe circles with the knees clockwise or counterclockwise. Maybe have a baby scream your name, arms in between those legs, grab for your feet, bring those knees outside of your body, create your long spine here. You can play around by stretching one leg, or the other, or both legs come to play. Giving ourselves one more big hug. Perhaps your forehead can come up to meet your knees. Give yourself one more squeeze. And on your next exhale, lengthen the body out. Legs become long. Arms next to the body. Release that upper back to the mat. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to be. Bring awareness to the breath. Allowing your focus to be solely on the rise and the fall of your breath. Each exhale, envisioning any of that extra heaviness of the day, of the moments, of our current moment of time. Of each exhale, allowing those things to release from our minds, our hearts, our souls. And with each inhale, allowing them to be filled, those spaces filled with moments and thoughts that give us hope, that give us joy, that again bring happiness, that smile across our face and heart. Staying here for another moment. Using that breath, finding those things that don't serve us, use the exhale to release them. And taking one deep round of breath to help us let go. Let's begin with an exhale, empty those lungs. Take that deep inhale through your nose, fill the lungs to the top, and create that long sigh out the mouth. Let it go, release. We slowly bring awareness back to the body by wiggling fingers and toes. You reach the arms up and overhead, long body stretch. And then slowly making your way onto one side or the other, resting the head onto the arm here in a fetal position. And then making your way to a comfortable seat, facing again near the front edge of your mat. Taking that easy seat or half lotus, hands resting onto your knees. You find that length in the spine and gently close your eyes one more time. If you'd like to find that deeper connection, that rooting, that grounding, bring your thumb and pointer fingers to touch. Ending our practice here, we'll take one more round of that community deep breath. Begin with your exhale, empty the lungs. Take that deep inhale through your nose, fill the lungs to the top, and long, gentle sigh out the mouth, let it go. We come back to our natural breath, feeling lighter, feeling more deeply connected with ourselves, with this moment. Bring our palms to meet at heart center, ending our practice. The light in me truly honors, respects, and appreciates the light in you. Namaste. As always, thank you so much for joining me in this very mellow, very restorative and gentle yoga. I hope you have found some softness in your mind, in your body, and in your hearts to help you through the rest of the day or the rest of the week ahead. Until I see you again, namaste.